Welcome back. We're speaking about Chapter 8 of Healing America's Narratives, and specifically in this episode, we'll take a look at what I refer to in the book as a lack of health and caring in the United States, a specific look at what has been referred to as a healthcare industry, which is really more of a pharmaceutical, insurance, medical, government, financial lobbying industry, not to take anything away from President Eisenhower's warning to us about the military-industrial complex. This particular complex is as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than the military-industrial complex was in Eisenhower's time. At least three distinct and related issues intersect in this conversation. One is the physical and mental health of each individual American, right? A second one is the general health of our American culture and society. And the third is the details of if, how, and to whom healthcare is delivered in the United States. Again, if, how, and to whom healthcare is delivered in this country. There's a quote attributed to Krishnamurti, which says that it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. And if that's true, right, how might we assess the health of American society, how well adjusted we are to it, some of us, and what are we to learn from and do about our assessment and adjustment? In other words, if you take a look at what goes on in this country, the extraordinary cost of healthcare, out of reach for many, many Americans, even with the passage in 2010 of the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. It's really kind of frightening that we've adjusted to a nation that's daily is violent, that has a climate that is falling apart, and that while there are a handful of people that make enough money and have access to really extraordinary high-end healthcare, the vast majority of Americans struggle there. So when we take a look at, and we're going to take a close look at, the rampant episodes of depression, anxiety, and suicide, especially but not only among our young, the argument could be made that depression, anxiety, and suicide, well, we don't want to call those healthy. They may, in fact, be natural or reasonable responses to a very toxic or sick society. Now, some folks, if you're lucky enough to live in a really nice neighborhood and you've been fortunate enough to make some good money and everyone in your family is relatively healthy, might hear what I just said as an overstatement, excuse me, or a little bit hyperbolic. If you look at the statistics of all 330 plus million Americans, what I just said is not in any way hyperbolic. If you're one of the fortunate few, and in many ways I am, not from a financial standpoint, but generally in good health, and I have a home that I rent that is, gives me a good roof. I have electricity, running water, and heat in the winter, and air conditioning in the summer. But around me, there are a lot of people who are really suffering. So we're going to take a closer look again at this lack of health and caring in America in the next episode or two. Thanks again, as always, for tuning in, and I'll see you the next time.